How goes it, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting, exclusive open chat live stream. This is going to make up for yesterday, so hold on. I got to get a couple of guests on board here. Give me a second. Link. Yep, there we go. And
what happened yesterday? Did I miss something?
Cockadoodle pussy!
hold on, guys. Hold on. I can't hear you very well because apparently, hold on. Let me just freaking.
So, a question. So, are you only going to do Mondays and Saturdays from now on, or?
No, basically I had to make up for Tuesday because I had to work that day because of the Jimmy Bucket concert.
Oh, in that case, status quo?
Status quo after this.
The status quo is God.
Oh, so hopefully we should still be able to do 2 days campaign, right, Dio?
Yes. I mean, to be fair, no offense to Miss 8, well, actually, no, since it's 11 o'clock, we should probably get done at, near 2, so, yeah, we can do we, as in me, Didi, and, Shadow can do a 2-hour, thing here.
Yeah. Also, the reason I had you do your Age of Heroes thing yesterday is because I figured, well, we're not going to be able to do that next Saturday, you know?
Yeah.
Shadow's going on vacation.
It's going on fucking vacation.
Well, I mean,
look at his privilege
actually, it's only going to last 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. So, it's only going to last. So,
why'd you make it seem like it was going to be a week then?
Wait, I did?
Yeah, you made it seem like it was going to be all of next week. So that's why I decided to ask Dio if he could do Age of Heroes yesterday, so we wouldn't have to wait on that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Shadow, I'm so gonna punish. I'm so punish you in the campaign.
Oh God, why are you actually freaking ganging up on Shadow like that? But anyway, guys. Oh God, I can't believe this just freaking happened.
What happened?
It turns out.
Is someone calling you a pedo bear again? Because they really need to wait till Tuesday to do that shit.
Oh shit, are you pregnant? You're pregnant, aren't you? Ah, damn it.
Man gets pregnant.
So who's the father? Do you want us to throw you a baby shower?
I'm not pregnant,
okay? Okay. Oh, good. But
I would hope not, because if I were you, as in a guy, and I ended up pregnant, I'd be going all over the news hoping to get money as the first man to have a child. And I mean a cis man. I know that some trans men who still haven't finished, if they want, can carry a child so they and their partner can have a child.
Yeah. Anyway, like I was trying to say before Dio freaking cut me off. It turns out Crunchywoke actually freaking bought out freaking Right Stuff Anime.
Oh yeah, that shit. Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's a little bit of news. I watched Rev's video on this, and apparently there's going to be a new site, a sister site as it were, called the the Evo anime stuff, where all the spicy stuff will be there. But here's the issue. What business do you have doing that when this site has been doing this for a long time?
Basically, this actually wants to show that, okay.
Companies in Japan need to buy all the American dubbing companies just so they can be like, yeah, don't do this shit. We don't do that bullshit about the patriarchy thing. If I find one thing of patriarchy in the English dub, your ass is fired.
Oh, let's not. Anime Matsuri and Big Mignon are actually going to be making their own dubbing studio.
And that's awesome. That's great. That's what we need.
If they do, I might get back into trying to become a voice actress just because it means I don't have to worry about kissing the ass of a pervert like Chris Sabat just to get a job.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
and also,
and mind you, the Soini and all of them don't say jack shit to him, but Vic gets falsely accused, and oh my god, get the torches, everyone.
Look, I'm pissed enough that they still kept Damian Mills despite he groomed a child, but nothing to prove Vic was this abusive monster, and yet he still gets fired. Oh,
Mm.
and I still see the hypocrisy with Rooster Teeth firing Vic as Crow and Ruby, but yet until it came out about their vice president, they did nothing. They only fired their vice president when they got backlash from people saying, how can you have a guy who beats his wife working at your company?
Again, it's not about the crime, it's about who's doing it. They don't like Vic because he's a good, honest man. And it's like they were jealous, like, no, we can't have you, being this good person. We gotta get rid of you. That way I can shine.
It's because he's a Christian. And when I say a Christian, he's one of the good ones. He,
Mm
he celebrates his religion, but he's not like, oh, you're gay, oh, you're trans, well, you're going to hell for that. No, he's like, it's not my say on whether or not you get into heaven. I'm not God. He even went after a couple members of the Westboro Baptist Church who were basically saying terrible things to cosplayers at a con.
And I mean, that right there lets you know what kind of guy he fucking is. And
In
again, it's
fact, these
us.
assholes from the Westboro Baptist Church tried to quote scripture on him, and he started throwing shit out saying, I can do this all fucking day. And he
Hmm.
probably couldn't because, guest at a con. But the
Yeah.
fact that he's like, get the fuck off this property, it's like, this man deserves a You Got Balls award.
And not just that, but also the other thing I wanted to kind of throw out there too is the fact that he is a good freaking person in general. When his time was up at the con, instead of just leaving, he wanted to stay because he wanted to
Make
make
sure
sure.
everyone got their stuff.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Monica's like, I'm gonna go and get shit faced because I don't care about the fucking
And
fans.
only 4 people left. I can understand her being like, look, I want to end it if there was like, 20 or 30 people, but
Mm-hmm.
4 people. 4 people is not going to take that long.
Mm-hmm. But of course, she doesn't care about the fans. Unless the fans kiss her ass or simp for her, like these damn assholes who are like, I believe Monica. Monica is telling the truth because pee pee poo poo.
I
Because
just
believe
love
all
the
women.
fact that you can look at Vic and yeah, he's got like a couple wrinkles and stuff because he's getting close to 60. But you look at Monica and Marchie and it looks like they aged 50 years.
And it's absolutely fucking hilarious
And
too.
they're still using pictures from like 10 or 20 years ago because they know if they use their more recent appearance, no one would want to get shit signed.
No, it kind of reminds me of that one. I forgot. Oh yeah, it was the podcast. Where there's three women who clearly weren't young anymore, and they're all wrinkly, but they made their avatars for the little show into these youthful looking versions of them. And someone made a realistic, air quotes there, picture of them where they were all wrinkly and saggy and shit. And the person was like, remember, you have to make women realistic, right?
oh shit.
Oh, do you remember that filter from a couple years back where you could put someone's picture in and it would show them what they look like in their 80s or something?
Yeah.
Someone took a picture of Vic and everyone else at Funimation, and aside from some white hair and maybe a couple extra wrinkles, he still looked good. Meanwhile, everyone else looked like the fucking crypt keeper.
Even the app knows he's wholesome. I mean, he's going to have probably age like Mr. Rogers, where he will still have that warm smile about him, that warm feeling around him, as opposed to Monica and them, where, well, as you said, will look like the Crypt Keeper, minus the
In all fairness, Vic's aging like wine, along with a couple of other people like Todd Happercorn and Johnny Young Bosch. Meanwhile, Marchie and Monica are aging like milk.
and they expired 10 years ago.
Oh,
They've not
goddamn.
only they've not only gone through turning into cottage cheese and or sour cream, they became butter, cheddar, and then became moldy. That's how expired they are.
Yeah.
So hi Nep, welcome to the stream.
Hi.
So what is your opinion on Sony or Crunchyroll getting the license of
Right stuff.
Right Stuff anime?
A fucking a migrant?
Mm-hmm.
A fucking migrant. That's all I see them as.
Yeah, because I mean, the thing is, when it comes to, again, what business do you have doing this? What business do you have taking this company, this site, and saying, we need to get rid of all the erotic stuff because it makes me feel icky wicky and boobies are scary. Ooh.
See, my issue.
Yeah,
This is my problem with the left. Like, they were constantly. Yeah, sorry for my mic. They were constantly doing nothing but censor stuff, and I'm like, I wish you people do me a sonic favor. How about you actually care about real life kids and stop wasting our time and money and resources? Oh wait, you want to waste our tax money?
well, it's like the mascot that was made for Gamergate that actually ended up becoming a character that was cool looking. So Gamergate took it. The people who were like, y'all are fucking stupid, the ones that would be quote unquote
Yeah.
Gamergate, they made her their mascot. I saw a comic where she's watching this girl scream, "Oh, her body isn't realistic." I can't believe they'd show that. And then she touches it and it becomes like a thing of Picasso or something. And she's like, she's
Yeah.
not real. She can't hurt you. Stop yelling. And the girl's like, oh God, what are you doing to her?
See,
Oh,
it's
this
kind
is
of a funny
one.
thing that happens to me a lot of cases. I had to deal with crazy nut jobs to be on my ass about. Oh my goodness, they look too young. I'm like, a good majority of my characters have jobs, they have bills to be paid, and even worse. Yes, they're young looking, but I also give them tragic stories.
And
That
one thing I want to throw out there too, like it's what I put up before, this whole a short character equals, lolicon, like, Uzaki-chan and stuff. But my question to them is, okay, is La Brava a 22-year-old character who is, tiny, a child to these people? Or is Hiei and the Granny Sensei from Yu Yu Hakusho a child? Again, according to these
Tanako from
people.
Full Metal Alchemist, aka Winry's grandma.
Oh yeah, there you
see,
go.
and that's the thing. What just drives me insanity. It's like, I'm looking at these idiots. Like, you do realize I know people who's short in real life. My ex girlfriend and my mom is the same way, and I'm like, should I go to my mom in her face to tell her like, hey, you look like a child. Watch her get that broomstick ready and beat the living shit out of me.
Like, come here, boy. I show you a child, boy. Let me get my broomstick or my slipper. Get my sandal.
You see the point I'm saying? It's like these people don't understand. It's like, and I noticed like the fact that these people they're obsessed with trying to make themselves like morally great. I'm like, you're not a good person if you're
What,
doing all that.
when in reality, mind you, these are the same people who support not only drag kids, but a certain movie
Oh
that
God.
was heavily,
Hold a second. Hold a second. Mister, you heard about what Whitney did, right? About the anime convention?
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure he heard about it, didn't he?
No. So what happened? What's up?
So Vinny decided to make a video about comparing anime conventions to that.
Mm.
I'm like looking at her like, if I have a daughter, every time you try to piss off the anime community, I'd probably be richer than Trump by now.
But I mean, the point here is they want to talk about lolicons and all this shit being evil, but yet here they are saying, "Hey, little Timmy, let's talk about your penis, okay? I want to talk about your penis." It's like,
No.
Let's change the topic now.
because I mean, but again, that's the truth. They want to be the white
You know what
knight.
else is the truth? This stream probably just got flagged.
Hey, Geek Hero.
Yeah,
Howdy.
maybe so.
And now, Kikyo, that's a perfect time for you to say, you know what else is the truth? These nuts.
I came close. You, no pun intended. I did. I almost just walked through the door, laid them down, and
Yeah.
said the words. But yeah. Anyway.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah. That's
If you flag anything, you better flag these nuts.
It's just strange to me that when I was in high school, we used to make those type of jokes. Nowadays, oh no, you can't see those jokes on YouTube.
I guarantee you, in high school and even in middle school, right now, kids are calling each other, nutsack face, bitch wad, insert whatever word here. Hell, I guarantee you they're doing, and I will say this is absolutely stupid and annoying, but the whole, that's gay.
Or the F word if we.
As someone who came from that era of high school, I can confirm.
Well, to be fair, it was a thing when I was in high school years ago. The whole, that's so gay, or the really annoying one is when they sit there and say, if you don't do this, then you're gay. And it's like, what?
Or you're queer.
Like, well, in all fairness, they were half right when addressing me.
To be fair, the word gay used to be happy though, which is even more funny though. And if you would look at the English dictionary, nowadays the English dictionary is just screwed nowadays.
I mean, to be fair, words have changed throughout centuries. You look at the word queer. Queer used to mean strange and unusual. Mind you, a little fun fact, you probably already know this if you're a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan, but the whole song, the what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? Jack does say it's so queer, which again, in old context, meant it's so strange.
Hello.
Oh,
Hey, sir.
Hi.
Yeah, we're just having a free discussion, just poking fun at the weirdos who losing their shit about anime conventions.
Yeah, we're talking about how these morbidly obese, basement drawing, smooth brain, knuckle dragging, mouth breathing, simple losers who are nothing but virgins. Trying about or taking away the erotic stuff from the site because it offends their pussy ass feelings.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, Cal. What's funny is that. Okay. Last night, you know how you were watching that stream where there was Dawn and Mizu.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you left before this, but Alice the Alucard actually joined for a little bit.
Oh, I know, and I seen that when I woke up. I had to go to bed because I had work in the morning, which
Yeah.
But yeah, I seen Alice. Yeah, it was all so amazing. I wish I could have seen it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I made the joke that we have our Empress and our Empress Dawn and the Cunny Bunny in the same stream. I actually was so excited about that.
I'm pretty sure Jay Senpai would have been in heaven if he would have seen it.
Yeah, he would have.
I tagged him into the post that Dawn made.
Oh yeah, speaking of something funny though, I honestly forgot.
I kind of wish Jay Senpai was
Yeah.
watching.
Oh, he probably is. He probably most likely will look at the bots or something like that. But yeah,
Does he even have a Twitch account? I mean, he might not even have an account.
Probably not. So,
I have a Twitch account, but I need to get used to it. But my
I mean,
phone-
having an account for viewing and chatting, basically.
Yeah,
I mean, you
So-
don't have to be a streamer. Heck, I'm
So-
not.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah, it's like going back to the.
get some more anime content. I do actually have an alternative. Let me just actually put it in the private chat so that way you guys can be able to. If anybody actually wants to, support something, I really would recommend checking this one out. I actually started using this back when I started working, of course, but this is actually one thing I actually recommend checking out if possible.
okay,
I
so
don't think it's in my state though.
Oh yeah, an alternative. Yeah, because freaking Sony bought out Right Stuff.
Wait,
Also,
they got
Didi wanted to
soundtracks
say
too?
something.
Didi
wanted to say something.
So someone has left my Discord. He was there when I first made it. I'm not giving names just in case he's watching, but he told me he had gotten kicked from 2 other Discords and he decided to leave mine on his own. I've told him that if he decides he wants to come back, I'll re-invite him. Evidently, back when I first made my Discord, he had a thing for me and he never said anything, and now this is awkward because I just see him as a friend.
Oh.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Why did the other 2 people kick him?
I don't know. He told me apparently he
Sorry, something happened on my end.
Damn
he
it, Shadow.
apparently did something to get them mad at him. So he said he was leaving of his own free will. And I told him if he ever wants to come back, I'll send him an invite because I'm not gonna fight to, keep him if he wants to leave. It was finding out that he had feelings for me that kind of made it awkward because
Oof.
the whole time I've been there, I'd grown to see him as a friend and nothing more. So now it's like, oh great, I got to friend zone him.
Well, and that's a lot.
Wait,
A lot of guys never.
Excuse me, what?
Nothing, Shadow. Don't worry about it.
Well, a lot of guys don't understand that. Like, a lot of them are like, how could she put me in the friend zone? They don't realize these guys running around, they put themselves in the friend zone. Like,
See, here's a scary phenomenon though. I actually don't mind being in the friend zone because I get to know more about the person.
Well, to be fair, I'm not going to say the guy's name. I know who it is, but I'm not going to say it out of,
We're just
respect and stuff.
at this point.
We'll just say Bob. We'll call him Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, so can I go back to the spot I
Shadow
was
does
in?
not finish speaking, Shadow.
Sorry.
Anywho, before I was interrupted, so yeah, god damn it, Shadow, you made me forget. I
Bob.
lost my train of. Yeah, okay. So yes, but anyway, yeah, Bob really is a decent individual. I'm not really going to say nice guy because that word has been tainted by media and noise goys.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't think he would be the mouth-breathing idiot for
The guy who basically curses you out if you wait 5 minutes before replying.
Yeah, no, he is a decent individual, and I'm pretty sure, again, there's not gonna be a mouth-breathing moment for Didi, thankfully.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't like it like when I'm role playing with someone and I don't reply for 5 minutes and all of a sudden they're just like, where are you? Come on, where they just freaking
That's why I limit my role playing for a few people who I know just want a quick little role play and then that's it.
Why does this
you got idiots out there
ex-girlfriend?
who just pester you and pester you.
Why does this remind me of my ex-girlfriend in high school? I'm getting negative flashbacks about that. She'll non-stop text me to death about, where the hell you at? I'm like, at home?
Vietnam.
talk
Yeah,
to
that
me.
kind of thing.
Oh,
That kind of douchebaggery behavior.
oh,
Hey,
I
hey,
got a little story for you. So who here knows? I think her name is Venny Marin, if I'm not
Never heard of
mistaken.
her.
No,
Never heard
I
of her.
don't know her.
Okay. Well, maybe you know her but don't know the name. Back when MLP was a thing, she used to do Fluttershy plays. She would, have like
Oh, her! I remember watching her do "Can Your Pet."
mm-hmm. And also she does the voice, well, air quotes there. She also does a voice for Isabel too for Animal Crossing, and her favorite animal character is Biscuit, the doggo. Also the black kitty cat. I forgot her name. But anyway, so she was telling a story about how oh, actually, you know what? I'm an idiot. I got two people mixed up. It was another female who I completely forgot. My bad. But anyway, this female was talking about how she knew someone online way back when MySpace was relevant, and the issue was that this guy was very, very, very manipulative, as in, tell me your name, and you have to call me an X, Y, and Z,
Where do
and
you live?
yeah, basically a all-around massive creep. And this has went on for like 3 years, where she was close enough to go to his cottage. I don't know what stopped her, but thankfully, she did stop.
Hmm?
yeah. So, freaking God forbid, I gotta say, I cannot really stand freaking Dick because stand any of his videos because oh, it pisses me off. Especially his weeaboos in a nutshell video. And he's supposed to be the funny guy.
I know you're talking about Gig. I honestly gonna. Am I the only crazy person in the server? I mean, in the chat
Yes.
who thinks Kick is not the most funny person? I just think he's pure cringe.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Yeah. Who?
Giga.
Don't know
Yeah,
who that is. Who
Still,
dat?
Giguk?
still don't know who that is.
Yeah, who dat?
New
If
phone.
y'all don't know, I really don't know.
Are
I
you
know
talking
he is.
who?
He's
Giguk?
yeah, Gig.
Oh, Geegik, aka Gee Puke, that piece of shit. Yeah, he sucks a lot of dick, and
I
not
mean,
the
Yeah,
good.
I have no idea who that is.
but I'll take your word for it.
Especially don't. It's like he's not the most funniest human being. I'm
He
sorry.
tries to be funny, but it's a kind of funny where you see that he's attempting or trying to be, and he thinks he's funny, but he fails because he
You're
sucks.
laughing at him, not with
Yes,
him.
yes,
Well,
exactly.
also, the problem with Giguk is that I think he believes that like lolly stuff should be illegal or something.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
he's one of
but
these
I,
assholes.
I'm gonna say it right now to his face, and people like him. Okay, so what happens if I draw that stuff? Should I be? Should you kick down my dough and break my hard drive? That's gonna be fun.
Oh, oh.
Basically, here's the thing: is that he's from the UK, where if they could technically enforce those kind of laws if they want to. The UK has those laws; they're just not really enforced unless they want to, they want to get you on something.
Or
Yeah,
what
Uh,
makes
just
it even
any
more,
government.
what makes it even more,
Fishing expeditions.
what makes it even more hilarious is the UK also has a lot of cheese pizza rings, so maybe they'll let
Yeah,
basically.
and usually they're from, let's just say, not too savory parts of the world.
oh
And
yeah. Any of y'all know who Omnia is?
I
Two
think so.
words: grooming gangs.
Oh.
Okay, I'm asking if y'all know who Omnia is.
No.
I've only heard of through
Well,
Just a Robot.
yeah. Just look through Just a Robots thing. You'll find something about them. But I commented on Hopeless Peach's video about Omnia trying to gatekeep trauma. And I basically explained about how I still have PTSD from the bullying I had when I was in school, and that to try and gatekeep trauma is a bullshit thing. And heaven forbid that I didn't know Omnia was non binary. I said she, and I had some little shit fan of theirs say,
Wait.
they. And I said, okay, my mistake. They, it still doesn't invalidate the fact that my trauma should not be gatekeeped.
One
And
they or many theys.
Wait.
And not,
Dude.
and not
and
just that. Oh,
and
go on,
then the
Didi.
little shit had the nerve to say so, corrected them. So I corrected it, but I put, not everyone knows that this bitch Omnia is non-binary, so get off my fucking case. Now, if you tell me you're non-binary, I'll try to follow it, but I'm not a mind reader.
Not just that, but
Yeah.
there's no fucking
Yeah,
such
and I'm just
thing
like,
as
I'm
non-binary.
looking at
It's-
it whole like you
Oh,
seriously.
like that.
I'll say something, but yeah, I'm saying seriously. I look for like, oh yes, the guy who lost his mother literally before he go to school on a Friday night, Friday morning. Also, the guy who also go and do a car accident. I guess all those traumatic experiences in my life never existed.
Not just that, but again, there's no such thing as non-binary. You sitting there saying, I identify as a non-binary person is the equivalent of a child saying, I'm a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
Well, look, I try to respect people's pronouns.
Yes, I respect pronouns too. Real pronouns, man or woman, male or female. No
Okay,
such
well,
thing.
I still try to respect people's choices as long as they're not hurting anyone. But I was pissed that this little shit fan of Omnia's was like, so fix your comment. It's like, I said my mistake. I admitted that I misgendered them, but that I didn't fucking know that they were non-binary.
Oh,
I
but
am not a mind reader. This is like the it's ma'am thing. I'm sorry, ma'am, but unless you reveal that you're a ma'am, people are gonna call you a fucking sir because you look like a fucking linebacker with a Karen haircut.
well, not just that, but you didn't misgender her because she is a female, despite that they want
Oh
to play
God.
pretend.
You're playing with fire in our current political paradigm, you know. You're
Well,
playing with fire there.
King XX brings up a good point. So, he says also, with both me and the Leading Shadow, he actually promoted us as mods for our server along with Matt and GT for Life.
Mm.
that's a good thing.
So
Congratulations.
I mean,
crap,
when
fell.
I said
Never mind.
my mistake, you think they'd either just leave it alone or say, okay, you're forgiven. But no, I have to go and correct my comment because heaven forbid that not everyone is fucking aware that Omnia uses they, them.
No one's
You know
aware
something
that
funny though, Didi? You should have to correct it yourself.
Anya is mentally challenged.
That's on you for actually, coming into our stream and talking trash about us.
Wait, what happened?
You know what? Freaking, you're out of here, trash bag faction lover. Go fuck
Okay,
yourself.
were they cursing or what were they doing?
They were actually telling us to wear trash bags for clothing.
Hey, that's actually pretty cool. I should try that. Not.
Yeah.
Joke's on you, Lady Gaga's already done something like that, so it's technically a fashion thing.
Dude, Lady Gaga literally went on stage with steak, T-bone steak duct taped to her body.
When she did that, all I could think is that scene from Deuce Bigelow. Did somebody say steak?
Look, my point is Lady Gaga is famous enough that anything she wears is technically fashion. So she's worn trash bags. So technically, we would be trying to be fashionable if we did that. So joke's on that dumbass.
So what you're saying, Didi, is if Lady Gaga was to wear a fursuit, then furries would, be fashionable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh
come
God, no.
Oh, come on,
Okay,
Bubba.
that-
Not every furry is a degenerate.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but could you imagine? Could you imagine if that became mainstream?
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, you know what we
cool.
need is for someone as famous as Lady Gaga to be like someone who's short, like a short woman, to start wearing like anime-like clothes and basically make lollies a fashion trend.
Oh, that would be
They already do. They're called K-pop stars.
fucking
Aw.
beautiful just to see how many wokies would lose their fucking mind.
Yeah, all you'd need is a short enough adult woman who looks young for her age, you know, but as an adult
How
woman, like
about that?
25 or so, and then she could piss off a lot of aunties.
How about that?
Sounds like an ex-coworker of mine. I kept trying to talk her into doing those catch a predator things. You know, because she does. Like, it was really funny. This girl was like 28 and her sister was 26, and they're sitting in the diner, and I cracked the hell up laughing because the waitress came up and brought them kids menus.
Oh.
I
And
Yeah,
can't.
was
they're
that bad, but,
in their
like-
20s. See, I guess
well, see, she's
no, that right there is basically what I would call a quote unquote IRL lolly, because they're an adult but they're short and they even fool people. Oh
yeah,
God,
yeah, it's
they're 26 and the guy brought the kids menu.
Well,
she could easily pass for a 12-year-old, and she's 30 now.
Keep in mind, I wanted to replace the other 4 mods that were my former friends and left my server, and then they also blocked them as well because I kind of feel bad for fighting them because
Yeah. Poor guy.
anyway, what about that actress who played Bernadette on The Big Bang Theory? I only watched.
Oh yeah.
Dog.
Wait, you said Bernadette. I thought you were talking about Fire and Three Houses. Bernadette was saying.
No, Bernadette. Her name is Bernadette. The character, I mean, because I don't know the actress, but
Howard's wife.
she's very tiny, and she could probably, with some makeup and stuff, pass for a teenager.
You know what's really funny is she was even before she was introduced as Bernadette, she was the one playing the voice of Howard's mother that entire time.
What?
When you would hear him from the other room, Howard, that was her.
I thought that was someone else because I remember.
No, they had the woman. They had the woman that actually played her in season 1, and still played her physically. That, like, they wouldn't show her face, but they'd have her like sit in as a woman
that died that they decided to have Howard.
That was the one. That was the one they actually had. But the one that did the voice is still the chick that played Bernadette.
Takes that saying "marry their mother" to a whole new level.
That was the joke. That was the ongoing joke.
But no, Big Bang Theory sucks ass.
Oh yeah.
Look, I watched the show with my dad. Okay, I'm not going to tell my dad what he can and can't watch.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying though. It's like Big Bang Theory. It's just that they were trying to go for geek comedy, but they failed because.
But that.
There's a scene where someone edited out the laugh track and someone posted it on like YouTube or whatever, where they're talking about I don't know the context of the joke, but they're talking about Doctor Who, Thundercats, and all sorts of the final battle will be on this and and all it was just a bunch of nerd talk, if you will, that made no sense. And it wasn't funny. Like, even with the laugh track in, it still wasn't funny.
I remember there was a reality show a few years back called King of the Nerds. I think.
That show sucked, but it was hilarious.
I liked that show. I mean, they got Jay Wood, who was a PokeTuber, on there.
Well, no. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it, but it sucked. Like, that was crap.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't. I'm surprised studios haven't, networks, whatever you want to call it, haven't tried to do a reality show using the zombie apocalypse thing, because it's like, I bet you could do a lot of things, because you have to do who can get the most supplies or something. Then you could have someone tackle whoever loses, and they're just taken off the set, but you're led to believe they got devoured by a zombie.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
They could have done
Also,
that. I don't know why they didn't. They did reality shows for everything else that was popular like 10 years back.
I'm
Yeah.
still mad that Pirate Master got taken off air just because that one chick decided to off herself. They could have
Oh.
just finished that season, but it was done by the same people that do Survivor and Big Brother, and they could have just finished that season out like quietly. She was already off the show. It wasn't like she was still on the show anyway. But yeah, no, she offed herself, so they decided she was one of the contestants, and so they did away with the show, despite how high the ratings were. I was a little pissed off. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you want to talk about something that really sucked? I love that Who Wants to Be a Superhero by
Oh, I
Stan
love that
Lee.
Oh,
show.
I loved it.
Oh,
I
I
hated
have the comic books. I have the comic books of Diffuser and Feedback,
nice.
I
the two
hated they
winners.
handled that, because
Oh,
I could have figured out how to get the money and stuff to go to a thing. I had several ideas for superheroes. Heroes I could have done. Hell, I probably would have come up with Bombshell a lot sooner if the show was still on the air. And
That's
oh,
and for those who have not been to the streams where I have explained my idea for Bombshell, first, ironic name, because Bombshell is usually used for beautiful women, but let's be honest, most of society wouldn't like a fat girl being called Bombshell.
well, they have to write to their
And
own
Depends.
her
opinion.
Depends
abilities
on the girl.
would be that, one is she can make explosions, hence the name Bombshell. And two, her fat is both a padding so she doesn't hurt herself, and can be a fuel source for her explosions, thus explaining why she would have to eat a lot, unlike these wokies who just want a character to be fat, because fat
Kind of like a cross between Bakugo and Fat Gum, like power wise.
yeah, it's basically like,
Nice.
no, it's got to make sense why the superhero's fat, because I'm sorry, Wonder Woman is not going to be fucking fat when she's kicking people in the asses all day long.
And it's like what I said before when it comes to the whole Amazon woman being fat. Like, a Amazonian woman can be, fat, but she has to have like a whole
Etiquette.
sumo. Oh, yeah, and also a sumo thing going on.
And that's because Etta Candy at some point was made an official member of Wonder Woman's Amazon tribe.
Well, and here's the thing, is that if you have a fat superhero, I mean, their power should be about throwing their weight around, literally, like
And also,
using their
like I
weight as a weapon.
Like I said, it's got to make sense. Like if you look at Fat Gum, when he activates his quirk, he ends up becoming a Bishonen because he's pretty much used all the fat to activate his quirk.
and also one thing to also note, like I said, a fat character is okay whether male or female, but it has to, first of all, follow the rule of cool, as in, it has to look interesting, cool, cute, sexy, what have you, and it has to make sense within the universe, just like I brought up before with an Aarakocra. An Aarakocra cannot be fat due to, in the lore of D&D, an Aarakocra is not allowed to have heavy armor, meaning they can't even be swole, they have to be lean. Now, granted, there's the...
They want to be able to fly at some point. They can't add on the muscles or the fat.
Yeah, and also, now, can there be a fat Aarakocra? Sure, like a penguin or a kiwi who, well, they can't fly, so...
Oh, can you imagine an ostrich Aarakocra?
Well, to be fair with the ostrich, in fairness, they would have to be fit due to speed.
Well, I'm just saying. I even had my OC for My Hero Academia that I made. Her hero name is Misinform. It's supposed to be a pun of misinform, but
Yeah.
But
No.
her ability, she drinks carbonated drinks, and fizzy water can work too. It doesn't necessarily have to be like soda and stuff. But she's a big girl because her stomach has to be big enough to be able to mix up the carbonation so spit out a foam that quickly hardens like cement.
Hmm.
Hey,
Also,
so
one thing I want to bring up too, when it comes to the whole plus size character, let's talk about being a brand new animal for one moment. Where a lot of the characters are either fit or thin, you do have characters that are on the big side, as in the boss, who literally is basically the kingpin, and his animal form is a beluga whale.
He has a dolphin daughter.
Yeah, I mean the dolphin daughter is, skinny for obvious reasons. She is a dolphin, so it would make sense that she would be, fit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I loved when Michiru's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" and punches the tank to free her.
Yeah, and also there's the other
And
woman. Oh,
and in all fairness, in that case, it's like she's a fucking dolphin. They're mammals. They're not fish. You dumbass.
yeah, and to be fair, that probably was the dumb bitch's. Well, that was the dumb bitch's fault. But at the same time, maybe she doesn't know animals and thought, oh, fish. They
No,
will
no,
never.
no. If you're like in your late teens into adulthood and you don't know a dolphin's a mammal, you need to be slapped upside the head, and your parents need to be slapped upside the head for failing to teach you about dolphins.
True,
Actually, I
and
think it would be the school system.
but
The
also one
school
thing.
system would have been an utter failure at that point.
But there's also that other woman. She didn't have a. We didn't see her beast form in the show, but in the credits we do, and I looked her up to see what she was. But the woman who was married to the Doctor Dude with the beard, whose animal form or beast form was a rooster.
Yeah, they're letting Michiru stay until she can
Mm.
establish herself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She is a wombat, which in real life, wombats are chunky animals. So
Isn't there a wombat that's screaming in a video?
I believe so.
Helen! Helen!
But I mean, the point here is it has to make sense within the context. In other words, you can't really have a fat wolf character, or werewolf to be precise. Now, granted, you could, but he can't be about speed. He has to be about, kicking ass
Well,
and
I
being
mean,
a
Power.
tank.
like the leader of Anima City. She's bald, but then you find out she's a mole rat. In my case, that's confusing as hell because she looks like a cat when she's transformed.
Everyone agrees too. I follow a group, a BNA group on Reddit, and someone made that point too. It's like she looks like a Persian cat, a stink
A
cat, and it's
pink
like
cat, yeah, they're hairless cats.
yes, it's like because again her facial feature says feline, not naked mole rat.
I mean, at least give her some buck teeth or something, and then I could be like, oh, she must be a mole rat because she's got buck teeth. I've
Yeah,
never seen cats with buck teeth.
yeah, at least with that, it will make sense. But like, she's a mole rat, not a sphinx. I mean, hell, I would like for there be a scene or whatever where she's standing next to what their version of the naked or hairless cat would be.
I mean, I
AKA
mean,
Mr. Bigglesworth from Austin Powers.
I mean, her human form not having hair makes sense when you know that she's a hairless species of animals. But unfortunately, when she's transformed, I think cat. I don't think mole rat. I think cat.
So does everyone else.
Oh, by the way,
Um,
Mr. Yeah, Mr. Anime D43. I
Yep.
actually got into an interesting debate with a crazy anti on another server I was on Discord, and we actually agree on similar things since we're both in the same political spectrum. And I'm like looking at this guy like he's the funny thing. Oh, you're just a. He was like looking at me. Oh, you're just a lolicon. I'm like looking like, really? Oh, I'm sorry because a lolicon has similar views to you. Therefore, I don't exist as a human being.
one thing I want to throw out that since we're on this subject,
Right.
Last night when I was watching the stream with Cerno, one of the individuals brought this up. I think her name was Coco. I think Cerno.
Coco.
Hmm.
Who was the first person that was on the stream last night? Coco.
Coco. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So she was talking about the whole cheese pizza word, and she and
Oh no.
everyone else have agreed that it's kind of lost its meaning. Like it's taken away from the actual cheese
Oh, it's
pizza
kind of like
lovers.
calling someone a Nazi. It doesn't have the punch anymore.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because
Cause
that's all these
Because for more
SJWs
likely
do.
than not, it's over freaking fictional drawings rather than actual, abuse or something.
Exactly,
So
it's taken away the voices, the credibility from real life things. And hello Ruby King, and also
Oh,
Fire
Ruby
King as
Kiko.
well. But it's just you're taking away voices from people who need help or whatever. When these idiots throw around words like cheese pizza and very bad people and instant phobes and all that shit, because it's like
I see.
it's lost meaning. It's been watered down. Being called a cheese pizza lover is now the equivalent of being called a doodoo face. It's like, oh
Oh yeah,
no.
quick question. That manga, help! I think I turned my friend into a girl. I think it's called
Mhm,
the one where they decide that the femboy is just a trans girl.
mhm.
Oh damn.
I want to see someone take this comic to either RuPaul or Coco Peru, famous drag queens, and be like, so this character in the original Japanese dub is a drag queen, more or less, but they've translated it into a trans girl. So can you tell me, are you a trans woman? And when RuPaul's like, no, ask, then are you okay with them making this character that's basically a drag queen into a trans girl? Because I guarantee RuPaul would have a fucking fit about it.
Not
Mhm.
anymore. He would have
uh,
once upon a time, but ever since they got mad at him for saying tranny, he ain't going to.
so after this whole
Yeah, but
conversation,
it's stupid though,
could I
because
I guess you could say that manga was translated.
Oh my
God
god,
damn,
Cerno. Man, go to your room, Cerno.
go sit
um
in
I
the corner and think about your life.
I'm still gonna do this for my magical girl comic. Where basically, like it could be like this freaking like an effigy of this like freaking manga translator saying how much she actually thinks that the main protagonist is actually a freaking trans girl, but he freaking just like does a running drop kick on the girl on the poor girl saying, "I am not a freaking, I'm not a trans girl. I'm biologically a dude who actually happens to freaking look and talk feminine."
I mean, the
Uh,
I watched this video last night or this morning. I forget. It was still dark while I was awake, but this this guy I follow, he has a female VTuber avatar. And some asshole said that he was a trans girl because his VTuber avatar is a girl. And it's like, yes, because heaven forbid femboys and drag queens are a thing.
Well,
so
there's two individuals this guy would piss off that Cerno knows, and I as well.
see,
Yeah,
it's just the weird thing is though these people don't realize that like you're not really helping the LGBT plus. In infinity, you're making the LGBT plus hate you even more nowadays.
They don't
And
care.
that's the thing right there is they have basically tainted the LGBT community, which is why I can't speak for Didi here, but I don't associate myself with the community because it has become a toxic hellhole where the main thing is we have to be the victim 24/7. No matter how good we have it in America, we have to play the victim. It's like, no, I'm not gonna be a part
I,
of this
unless
bullshit.
someone beats me for being bisexual, I'm not going to complain and say I'm the fucking victim. And this 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 is why I hate the people who are like, "Oh my god, Iceman's gay now. We have representation." No. You have Marvel wanting to get your money. That's what you have. This is why I like shows like Dead End Paranormal Park. My only gripe with it is the webcomic it's based off of was never meant for children, so it shouldn't have been marketed as a children's show, but it is a good show on Netflix. Has
Yeah.
perfect representation, not just for queer people, but neurodivergent. I think someone has an artificial leg. I'll have to watch through it again.
Oh
But
yeah.
also,
Speaking
but
about
also
the
one,
whole thing, yes. Speaking of the whole thing about people losing their shit about things of their children, I was like looking like there's like how anime conventions like, oh, anime conventions need to censor everything, need to make clear signs or be like, oh, this is for adults. Like, I've been to anime conventions before, and I don't remember seeing there's no signs. Hell,
Look, a lot of adults are the ones who usually go to cons, but I have seen people bring their kids. Hell, I
Yeah.
wanted to bring my niece one time, but my brother-in-law couldn't begrudge me 3 fucking days. And yeah, Robert, if you're watching this for some reason, I'm fucking calling you out. Couldn't begrudge me 3 fucking days during the summer to take my niece to a con. But But anyway, I've seen people bring their kids. Hell, I saw an adorable little girl who was dressed as Sakura from Cardcaptor Sakura, and her dad
Aw.
was dressed as Yue.
Aw.
God.
One thing I also want to thought that kind of branching off of what Dee was talking about, uh the whole representation. Again, me and Dee both are basically rooting for Stolus and Blitz in Head of a Boss. Why? Because it's good, awesome, amazing representation. And it's not tokenism. It's not just that, but both characters have a thing called a personality.
It's not
Yeah.
basically every 5 minutes. Oh, I'm gay. Oh, 5 minutes again. I'm gay.
Hey,
We
you
think
want to
you're
hear
too
something
stupid
funny?
to realize I'm gay.
Yeah, listen, I mean, how about you instead of doing trans service, you actually do trans
Whose
service?
phone is that?
Yes, who?
It's not a phone. It's the vehicle I'm in. Sorry.
Oh shit! I thought it was my phone going off.
Yeah, so did
So,
I. But what I was about to say though is when it comes to the whole representation thing, it's no one wants this damn hogwash of Superman's son is now bisexual. I don't give a fuck. I'm not rooting for some little bitch ass motherfucker who I guarantee you has a limp ass dick just like his gay little boyfriend. I'm rooting for Stolus and
Wait.
Blitz.
You want to hear something funny though? He can't
What?
even reproduce. He can't even produce sperm cells anyway, because that's how limp his dick is.
Well,
But I
and
mean,
his boyfriend's a freaking terrorist anyway.
Well, this is why I love the Owl House. Dana, the creator from the beginning, gave us hints that Luz is a bisexual girl, not this, oh, well, we're going to wait till the show ends so Disney won't cancel early, and then say she's bisexual.
See, that's the
Yeah.
problem with modern day TV shows. What was that?
Yeah, and here's the thing. They actually freaking decided to freaking axe it after 3 seasons.
Good lord.
when
I
I
still-
ever get
I still love when Luz, when he was like, "Are you sure you don't want to go to the beach or something?" And then take away Didi.
Oh, yeah, this was a jab at Disney. If we had like 20 more episodes, maybe.
so
Fucking jab at Disney for canceling early.
Like that was fucking golden.
I
Also,
should've
why
done
did you
Oh,
watch?
and what pisses me off even more about it being canceled early is Disney did, like a couple weeks later, had an announcement saying, we're going to try and have more LGBT representation in our show. And I'm like, you motherfuckers.
Wait, you should have done it in the beginning though. What the hell? That's such a waste of money and resources.
Exactly, and it's like, wait, you're not doing representation. You're just doing tokenism, and you're wanting to kiss our ass when yet you deleted something or canceled something that was freaking amazing.
I mean,
All because you decided to go out with SG.
I mean,
guys.
what are they on now? Their 30th quote unquote first gay character in
Oh
a
yeah,
movie?
yeah.
Oh,
The old 100th.
oh,
Oh,
hold on.
this is the 100th gay openly gay character. Come watch. No, just like with fucking Lightyear. Lightyear was a movie where
Time out. Time out. Shadow has something to say. Go ahead, Shadow.
So once I become an animation reviewer channel, if I ever do get to the Owl House, I promise at the end of the video I'm gonna tear Disney a new one because I love doing that shit.
okay.
Also, I think I finally perfected my art.
Awesome. Anyway,
Can I share?
it's up to Mr. A and stuff. I mean, you can share in my Discord if you want, but
Yeah, you can share it in mine too. So
Well, if it's okay if I could just share it on here so I could make it public. You guys could see it, right?
Yep.
I mean, we in the are going to be the only ones to see it since this is a private chat, but yeah.
Oh, I guess I'll just share in both of your Discord servers. But take a guess where I got the horns from.
Your butt.
Damn. I don't know what to say, to be honest.
But like
Oh, the boss.
Ah.
but
Oh.
like I said about Dead End Paranormal Park, my only gripe is them marketing it as a kid show because the webcomic it's based off of was meant for older teens and up. It was never meant for kids. That's my only gripe. But aside from that, it's one of those few shows where they actually did queer representation right. Like the main character, you're given a hint that he's a trans guy. It's not, did you tell grandma her trans grandson's gonna be there? No, it's, did you tell her Barney's gonna be there? That's all you needed to know to be like, oh shit, he's got to be trans or something, because why would the grandma care if her grandson's gonna be there, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie though. Some of these
So
people
the stream can now see it, right?
yep,
Yeah.
now we can see it.
Yeah.
And the only time I've ever been okay with let's wait till the end to get characters together is Bubblegum and Marceline, because throughout the show you see enough chemistry to be like, yeah, I can believe them being a lesbian couple.
I mean, granted, I was still, even though I like the fact that Sasha is on our team, I really hate that we get it at the end when it's, over and stuff.
I mean, like I said, the ending of season 1 of Amphibia has a whole new layer when you find out Sasha's bisexual.
True, but I kind of wish there was like at least subtle hints. Was like, it would be
Maybe blushing with Anne or something.
Yeah, there you go. Something subtle.
Kind of like Luce. I mean, we see the episode where she thinks she's the chosen one in a quest, and she blushes with this guy that he's not a real guy, he's just a puppet used by a creature, but she blushes because for her he's a cute boy. And then when we meet Amity's older twin siblings, Imara and Edric, Luce blushes with Imara, which is another hint that holy shit, Luce is bisexual.
And again, it's just we want good representation that is actually has effort into it. Not this damn.
Also, it was revealed by Dana that there is a spell or ritual that can be used for same-sex couples to have a child. Willow is one of those examples because she has 2 dads. So basically, Dana's saying, unlike Earth society, people of the Boiling Isles don't care if you're with someone of the opposite sex or the same sex, because we have magic to make children if we need children. So that's why she didn't get why people kept wanting to say Odelia was homophobic, because there is a spell. So Odelia's not really going to care if Amity ends up with a guy or a girl, because there is a fucking spell if she does end up with a girl. Her only problem was that Luce was on wanted posters.
Yeah,
And
that's
even then, it's like, but for a good reason, because the Emperor's a fucking nut bar.
and yeah, like I honestly don't understand why people are like, oh my god, she's homophobic when all she said was, we can get you another girlfriend who isn't wanted. She literally says this.
Yeah, it's not, no. You've got to be a boy because it's not natural to be with someone of the same sex.
It's not like Fayetta in our little session.
Yeah, I look forward for when she tries to make Willow go back home only to get electrocuted because Wisteria.
I don't know. I don't know, Dio. Though, could you imagine, man? You know, you're getting it on with some dude, and then you find out like that there was some kind of spell cast without your knowledge. You know, one of the advantages to gay sex is not getting knocked up, but
Yeah, but that would be if you were with someone from the Boiling Islands. You know, with
I'm just saying.
two human guys. Yeah, you don't have to worry about pregnancy. It's if it's someone from the Boiling Isles who has magic to cast the spell that you got to be worried.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry. I was thinking. I mean, you know
Yeah.
that there was. It just seemed like a comical situation, like a bad sitcom or something. I don't know.
I mean, I'd really rather you not do that to the Owl House because it's one of the few wholesome shows I got. With
I had no idea
good
what show you were talking about. I like was out for a second.
He was in his own fucking world.
Well, the creator of the Owl House says there's a spell and/or ritual that allows same-sex couples to have their own children. Basically, she was making it show that when it comes to queer representation, the Boiling Isles is a better place to live because no one is gonna fucking question you having a boyfriend or girlfriend for whatever you have in your pants. Because if it's a thing of, hey, we need children, well, let me just go and get a potion from this potionist, and bam, we have our little darling baby on the way.
My only question, and it kind of goes with that has been hotel here, or head of a boss, I mean, is I want to know what is Paimon's reaction gonna be if and hopefully when Stolas and Brits become an item.
Whose reaction?
Paimon.
Yeah, that's so.
Well, I assume you're laughing, Sterno, because of the other Paimon.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I find so funny.
Emergency food. Yeah.
Same name, different character.
Well, for Hell of a Bosses, Paimon, someone in a Facebook group I'm part of theorized that he might say that the only reason he had stole his betrothed to Stella was to see if he would put his foot down and say, no, I don't want to marry her. And then be like, personally, I like this one better than Stella.
Yeah, then that would be kind of nice. I mean, also, anything would be an upgrade from fucking Stella.
Not to mention if it's a thing of we needed the heir, like Stolas said, we were only together to make a precautionary heir, and she's already 17 years old, meaning we don't need to be married anymore.
Oh, and also just for shits and giggles, DD. What the Stolas, what the hell?
No, it was Stolas. What the fuck was that?
Oh, yeah, Stolas, what the fuck was that?
That was the sound of a fucking divorce!
God, I love that fucking scene because the voice actor did a damn good job with that. Just the delivery on it was 10 out of 10.
My favorite thing is watching the people who were defending Stella saying, I'm sure she's a good mother and stuff, and Stolas is a jackass for cheating on her. And it's like, hey, what was that you said about Stella possibly being a good mother? because
Mm-hmm.
she fucking said, "I'm glad an egg finally fell out of me so I could stop fucking having to pretend I fucking wanted him." And it's like, couldn't even call her Octavia, could you? You had to say fucking egg. Wow. And I'm worried for Octavia because she favors Stella's more in appearance than Stella. So who knows if Stella's not beating Octavia for basically resembling her father.
Yeah. I mean, I still think there might be that chance at the same time. I honestly don't think so because I'm pretty sure Stodus would have done instead something.
Yeah, but then you gotta remember, if considering he's the only one who cared about Octavia,
Mhm.
I mean, even going to comfort her after a nightmare when she was a child, I wouldn't be surprised if Octavia was scared that if she said anything, Stolas would try to divorce Stella and they'd be separated. Because I'm sorry, Stella seems like that bitch that would basically fight for custody just to hurt Stolas, because there are people like that who will even take the family, fight for custody of the family pet if it means if their ex partner will suffer through it.
I mean, yeah, it would not surprise me if she would have done that. Because, remember, this bitch could have just left. It's like, I enjoy torturing you.
Oh, and I love Stolas, who's like, I don't give a fuck about your fucking family. You've made my life a fucking hell. Get the fuck out of my house.
And one other thing I want to throw out there, too. Because a lot of people are thinking the whole Stodus and Brits thing is toxic. And what they fail to realize is, first of all, Stodus had a golden opportunity to leave. Brits had a golden opportunity to leave Stodus tied up and not
To
even
a bed.
and not even think about. But though instead, like he has a conscience, because as soon as Stodus said, I'm glad I could share this with my first friend, but it's like, ah, shit.
Yeah, I can make
Well,
it quick.
and there's also other moments
And
too.
then
Because
Blitz even apologized to Stella, saying, I'm sorry, I fucked your husband. He didn't need to do that. He'd be like, oh, look, a monkey and try and escape.
yeah. But the other thing also to note is the fact that this relationship, I mean, it kind of is two ways because in the episode, the one with Osmodeus, the House of Osmodeus, um, you know, Stodus did put the wine cooler in front of
The
him.
menu for the wine selections in front of his face when they
Hmm.
started picking at him about, you have a wife and kid. And he's like, oh, is this Chardonnay? And it's like, Stolas, what the fuck? You claim to love Blitz, but you're not even going to defend him from these insults? What the fuck, man?
Yeah, and it's just again. I think there needs to be some more I guess you could say bonding as in legit bonding, not fucking each other's ass and stuff. But this is at least a better relationship than fucking Katra and Adora because no one's abusing anyone and
Again, I think that particular relationship could have worked if you had Catra being mind controlled. And I mean from the beginning, not this crap captured by the real Hathor or whatever his name is, but from the very beginning, like you have Adora saying, "Come with me," and she reaches out, deciding to, and all of a sudden she's hit by a blaster or something. And the next time we see her, she has like circuitry on her head to control her. That would have worked. I would have been more forgiving in that case.
not just that, but
The
Katra's
second thing though was she doesn't want me. Well, she said, "Come with me." It's one thing if she just left you, but she's like, "Come with me. Come
Mhm.
with me."
And again, Katja's whole shtick was being the victim in that relationship. And it was not a healthy relationship whatsoever. It was all about Katja and what Katja wanted. Meanwhile, you go back to Stodus and Blitz, where there is some issues, there's a lot of issues, but though they at least have some level of giving a shit about them. Case in point, Blitz didn't have to stop Stryker by any means. Blitz could have just let it happen. But he's like,
Could have probably snatched up the grimoire when no one was looking, so he could keep using it, and then he doesn't have to fucking owl in order to use it.
yeah, there you go.
Well, there is a difference between two-way fucked up and one-sided fucked up. One-sided fucked up is usually a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, though.
I mean, Petra almost destroyed the fucking universe just to get back at Adora for quote unquote leaving. I'm like, she told you to go with her.
And again,
Yeah.
at
Which
le-
topics here? It turns out that freaking Bakugo has apparently, been killed off.
Wait,
yes,
what?
yes,
Wait, what?
yes,
Hold on a second.
yes.
Wait, I didn't know this. I'm still in chapter 4. Chapter 4. I'm still in season 4 when it comes to My Hero Academia. Wait, what?
This
But
is in the manga, I'm assuming. It's in the
Man.
manga, right? Because
Yes.
that's
Yes.
the only way I can.
There goes those Bakadeku freaks.
Yes.
Just like
It'll just be people drawing pictures of Izuku holding the limp body of Bakugo, crying, "My beloved, no!"
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see his death staying. I don't see this sticking.
So,
You know what? It
I
would've
think
been
it's even
great,
more
though.
funny. These people remind me of
I mean, unless they wanna,
I mean,
you're
Yeah,
gonna, they're gonna,
Marvel and
they're-
DC that shit.
yeah, but Horikoshi tends to be more consistent with his work. I mean, let's be honest. If he was gonna go completely whole full on homage to comics, there'd be magic as well.
Oh, these people remind me of soccer fans. Like back in 2014, 2015 when Naruto and Hinata went together. And that was salty as hell. They was actually trying to ban Naruto for crying out loud in the United States.
America.
Because he ended up with Hinata?
Yep.
But I like him with Hinata.
Yeah,
Yep.
but that was a more healthy relationship compared to fucking Sakura, who was basically abusing Naruto throughout the entire series.
Oh my god, people are fucking stupid because I actually remember a Naruto Steven Universe crossover where Naruto ends up being like Steven, a gem hybrid. His was an amber, but it turns out he ended up getting his amber gems after his arms were fucking destroyed by Sakura because he brought Sasuke back injured.
Huh?
If they
and
printed
fanfics,
off,
I tell ya,
if
fanfics are
they
just weird.
if they printed off every fan fiction that you've ever read, Dee Dee, would you have an entire library?
Shut up! Shut up!
It's always
Like, and when I say library, I'm not talking like a small town library. I'm thinking Beauty and the Beast.
Shut
Oh,
up! Fanfictions are all I got while I have to wait for hiatuses of shows I like to end.
That's fair. That's fair. But we're your friends, and we reserve the right to mess with you about it too.
Meanwhile, I'm the opposite.
I don't like being called out, Bubba. I don't like being called out.
Meanwhile, I envy DB. Meanwhile, I have 276 anime I have yet to finish.
Also,
Really
I'll be
watching.
right back. I gotta use the bathroom. Don't do anything stupid until I get back.
But when I read that Sakura basically destroyed Naruto's arms for bringing Sasuke back injured because it was the only way to get Sasuke back to the village, I'm like, you know what? I'm not really surprised because Sakura is so terrible. I wouldn't be surprised if she destroyed someone's arms for her because her precious Sasuke got a fucking paper cut or something.
I mean, to be fair, these are the same people. Like, oh, but Naruto's not well written because they didn't write the female characters. I'm like, it's a shonen anime, people. Like, know the difference between shoujo and shonen.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I tend to prefer shonen and anime and stuff. Don't get me wrong. There are things like Sailor Moon that I like, but I tend to be more for shonen because usually the female characters fucking do something.
Oh, that's understandable. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
At the very least, I mean, it could be worse. I mean, you could have a bunch of anime where most of the freaking characters die, like Uro Butcher style.
Should I fucking pick up the anime I'm watching right now? Attack on
Okay,
Titan?
quick question. Did Bakugo die like a bitch, or was it a heroic sacrifice?
It's apparently, freaking Nux Taku called it. So basically, I had a freaking chat Nux Taku, saying that he tempted fate about that shit.
But
Yeah.
but that doesn't answer my question. Did he do a heroic sacrifice, or did he die like a little bitch?
Pretty sure he died like a little bitch. Pretty sure he died like a little bitch that he is.
I hope he sacrificed himself.
Okay, I just actually watched Anime Uproar's video about it, and apparently, he actually tried fighting off freaking Shigaraki, but his heart actually just kind of like exploded, and he was actually suffering so much physical damage.
Good. Suffer.
Good
Them
grief.
suffer.
Holy shit! This is like a literal example of rage being bad for your health.
So wait, he got beat to death and then he got a heart attack.
Someone wrote his name in the death note.
And I am Kira. Writes Bakugo's name. Just walks away.
I still
40
love
seconds
that
later,
meme.
he just dies.
I still love that meme where the Shinigami shows up and hands George R. R. Martin a death note. It was like, I really love your work.
Oh no.
Oh God.
I mean,
Okay, that does it. That friggin' does it. Don't touch fate.
Oh, by the way, real quick, writing down the things of what happened for our little session. Shadow DD, you did say you want to go to the place where the dragon once were, right? Or do you want to go to?
yeah.
Okay. Alright.
So, but in all fairness, considering Light's goals were kind of noble at first, but then he seemed to miss the point that he's becoming the very thing he swore to fight against. Can you really tell me if he knew about what Bakugo did to Izuku, he'd be like, oh yeah, sure, I'll let this bastard live?
Yeah, no, he deserved to die. I'm glad he died the most ironic death ever.
Yeah, but you know these fans of Bakugo and Izuku being together. Why, I don't know. I mean, these are the same people who would complain about Stolas and Blitz's relationship, but at least in that case, they somewhat had a friendliness when they were children, and it was their parents that fucked them up. Meanwhile, Bakugo basically bullied Izuku for lacking a quirk, and then told him in the very first episode and or beginning of the manga, hey, I know you can get a quirk. Kill yourself, and maybe next life you're born in, you'll have one. And it's like, holy shit, you should know better.
One thing I also want to throw out there too. I do agree it's the same people that are saying Stolas and Brits are bad and shit. But here's the thing. First of all, Stolas and Brits are good individuals. Like, Brits is an asshole, but it's an asshole because of, the shit that he's been through.
We noticed that Stolas, after we find out about his father, is definitely a better father to Octavia. But someone pointed this out with Blitz about how he's trying to be better than his own father. I'm like, holy shit, that's true.
And
actually raised Luna.
what I was about to say was the other thing to note is the fact that Bakugo was a bastard throughout his whole fucking life. There's no reason for it.
Well, it doesn't help that everyone except his mom, who was trying to curb that ego of his, were like, oh, you're so amazing. You're going to be a great hero one day. Basically encouraging him to be an asshole. And his mom's the only one, albeit physically, trying to get him to stop that shit. But there's only so much the woman can fucking do when everyone else is like, nah, don't listen to your mom. You're perfect.
Yeah. And that right there.
Guys, I gotta head out. I'll see you guys later.
Okay,
Yep.
later.
So what do y'all think about this though? Imagine a movie written by George R. R. Martin but directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, Matt.
Yeah, that would. I don't know about you, but I think that would be cringe considering I'm
The
not.
only two rules. There's only one rule. It cannot be set in a medieval setting nor a cowboy setting. They can do modern or future. And that's it.
What I find funny is Sean Bean is always cast as a character that ends up dying.
Hmm.
Sean Bean, he played Ned Stark, who died. Then he played a character in Lord of the Rings, who died.
He did not die in National Treasure, and he was the bad guy in that.
Yeah, but it's a Disney movie. You really think Disney's gonna go that far?
Have you watched Disney? Disney kills off a lot of people.
Yeah, especially Judge Frollo from
Well,
Notre Dame.
What I mean is,
yeah.
but in those cases, we didn't really see them die. We know they died because there's no way you can survive falling off a building, especially with Frollo into molten metal. But
Challenge
they never really show it.
Challenge accepted. Shadow, do that.
No.
But the thing is, that's the only time I've seen Sean Bean in a movie or a TV show where he doesn't die. Every other thing, dead, 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 dead. Even the Nostalgia Critic made a joke saying, I think Sean, when he was doing his review of Lord of the Rings, I think the only reason Sean Bean's character died is because he's got something in his contract that says he has to die. Because everyone else seems to survive in Lord of the Rings.
I need to die. Just like with Adam Sandler's movie, he has to get the woman out of his league. No matter what the odds, he always gets the woman who is completely out of his league.
Yeah, well, according to Wokies, apparently...
And it's not just...
Apparently, according to Wokies, the cool girl doesn't exist. You know, the girl who likes drinking beer and playing video games and stuff. Apparently, she doesn't...
Yeah, fuck Wokies, man.
I mean...
Or if she does exist...
She does exist. She's just a lesbian.
Or no, if she does exist, they just say that she's a trans man and they try to crack the egg.
Excuse me. I like video games. If I wasn't a diabetic, I would drink beer and stuff. And I love to eat. I'm not like women who are like, oh, I'll just have a salad. Oh, please don't put croutons. I'm on a diet.
God, I hate that so fucking badly. I'm sorry, but thankfully I've never met a girl like that every time I took her out. Because that's just what daddy do. No, they always eat the steak or whatever.
Food right now. Yeah, so I'm going to the carnival. I'm actually going to the fair today, so later on.
Ooh.
The
fair.
Yep.
But I love to eat. The only time I'd have vegetables is if it comes with the meal. Like, say I order a burger and it has lettuce and tomato. Okay, I'll eat the lettuce and tomato. But to me, salad is what food eats.
And
yes.
As the late great Jonathan Net says, the salad is supposed to actually say, "Wait here, the food will come."
I mean, hell, at least breadsticks are better. Granted, the issue with breadsticks is you can get food off of them. You can't get food off of salad.
Well, like I say, the video I saw about how the cool girl doesn't exist, they basically pointed out several examples where I'm like, but I do these things. You're saying I don't exist. What the fuck?
It's so fucking hilarious because, first of all, these people, I guarantee you, these people think that they know women and all this other shit, and yet, here's someone like Dee Dee and every other female like, hi, I exist. Just like they'll sit there and say, women don't like sexy stuff, big boobies, shit like that, and it's like, again,
a bisexual woman here.
Yeah,
bisexual woman here.
Yeah, like Dee Dee is here saying, hi, I would love to, get smashed by the giant vampire mummy. Yeah. Like, of course, she's not allowed to exist. Her voice isn't allowed to be heard. However, Karen's voice is allowed to be heard.
Oh, I'm just sick of that shit. Basically, all those people saying, "Oh, we actually need to actually be more recognized." Oh, bullshit! Stop listening.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They should. They shouldn't
These
even
are
be
the
seen or
people.
heard.
These are the people who would say, "Don't body shame a fat person," but then will go and body shame a woman who has watermelons.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because it's okay for them to look like a busted open garbage bag with popsicle legs, but yet a beautiful woman who has a badonkadonk and cake and what have you, she is disgusting, evil, and must be done away with. Just like
Sir
you,
Mix-a-Lot says hello, by the way. I like
Yeah.
butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
Oh God, this never gets old.
No, it will never get old. Not just that, but it's also something to insult the feminists about because there's no song dedicated to I love garbage bags, the
Nope.
disgusting face that makes me
My
want to
favorite
puke.
Pokemon is Garbodor because it reminds me of you.
Hey, Garbodor is at least useful.
True.
But still, the point here is no one's
I mean,
singing a song.
I guess we have a garbage bag tribute song from Oscar the Grouch called "I Love Trash."
Hey. You have not seen Oscar's girlfriend. She looks 10 times better than a Wookiee.
Wait, Oscar has a girlfriend?
Yeah, Oscar has a girlfriend.
Man, good for him. Getting some coochie.
Good for him.
Ah.
He's moving
Also-
up in the world.
King X actually freaking. So it turns out that wrong one. Freaking Fire King X says, also Matt, you're a mod for my server now. I promoted you.
Thanks, Fire King.
Oh yeah,
That.
his phone keeps overheating in this Oklahoma sun, and he'll rejoin in a minute. So
I also love Dave Chappelle's joke about Oscar the Grouch, where he's like, people go up to Oscar like, Oscar, why are you a grouch? And he's like, bitch, I live in a trash can. You can't argue with that. I'd probably be grumpy too if I was living in a dumpster because I didn't have an actual house.
I mean, to be fair, if I'm not mistaken, there's like one scene where Oscar has this whole fucking all new garbage world in the trash can.
You missed the joke, Dio.
I know I missed it. Yeah. Blame Shadow. Bad Shadow!
It's not Shadow's fault you have no taste in jokes.
Ooh. That's it.
Words
That's
hurt,
would
Diddy.
you like to write for that?
Words hurt. Okay?
Wow.
I am hurt.
Also, this has become a motto. Is something truly a fandom if you don't have the one thing you can't replace by John Mulaney for an animatic of the show or whatever?
Eh.
I'm just waiting for
point. Talking about Disney, they want to actually make Obi-Wan to be bisexual.
No.
Haven't they done enough damage
I'm
already?
sorry, but if anyone watched the Clone Wars cartoon, he had a thing for a ruler who was female.
Not just that, but and I'm pretty sure I can speak for Didi here, we do not accept it because it's tokenism and it's not a general frickin' thing. Unless George Lucas steps up and says, "Oh, by the way, one other thing that's a little fun fact. I said it once in one of the books. In 1980 or whatever. Obi-Wan was bi. I never really brought it up again for whatever reason. But yeah, like, okay, sure, we can do
Sure,
something with
it
that.
might be like maybe one sentence, but it's there to prove it. But let's take this character that has never shown any signs of being bi and making them bi does not work. It's what pisses me off about the Wolverine thing. Oh, Wolverine is in a relationship with Jean and Cyclops now because he's bisexual. I'm like, no, no.
No,
Yeah,
because
this
the
ain't gonna
whole
change until BlackRock can be brought to heel.
because the whole Cyclops and Wolverine shtick is they hate each other. Wolverine wants to beat the shit
That
out
and
of
they're
Cyclops.
And if you go
that
with
and
the
they're basically
series,
vying for the same chick.
yeah, if you go with the 90s cartoon, he hated Scott because Jean was dating him and he wanted Jean.
I mean, hell, does even the same thing with the animated the new animated, what do you want to call it? The one where Rogue is a goth chick, and it's
Evolution.
like, yeah, Evolution. Thank you, X-Men Evolution. Wolverine, really didn't like Cyclops because he was dating, Jean
No,
Grey and
no,
shit.
no, 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 no. Scott had a stick up his butt. That was the reason. We're not going into Precious Lolita territory since all those characters except for Cyclops, Storm, and Charles Xavier were teenagers. We are not going for that shit, Dio.
Well, I forgot how old. Yeah, okay. Well, never mind. Scratch what I said. Also, one thing I want to throw out since we're talking
Going
about
into
fucking.
Precious Lolita territory.
Okay. One thing I want to throw out that though is it really was annoying with the movies how they done Rogue dirty. Like she was always a Southern belle who didn't mind kicking ass and taking names. Hell, she was basically a point one or what do you want to call her version of Millie from Hell of a Boss, where she was a Southerner and she liked kicking ass and taking names.
Can
But
you imagine those two teaming up to fight?
that would be fucking awesome. but
I
but
wouldn't
though
mind that.
in the movie she was just this little bitch who whined and it was so fucking annoying. It's like this is
Well, I
pathetic.
mean, the only time I felt sympathy for Rogue was in the third movie because her powers can kill with just bare skin touch. Whereas, so the scene where Storm's like, "We don't need a cure," it's like, yeah, but you can water plants with your ability. Rogue kills people with hers, so I kind of see why Rogue would want a cure.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
Yeah,
it's easy to say you don't need a cure when your power isn't going to kill someone.
well, and
yeah, or at least,
unintentionally anyway.
well, at least when it's a power you can't control.
Not to mention, if we bring in the comics, Storm was seen as a fucking goddess in some part of Africa because she could bring the rain to Spain.
Yeah. I mean hell they even did it in the TV series too, if I'm not mistaken.
So again, shut your mouth with this. We don't need a cure. You're seen as a fucking goddess in your African village back home. Rogue touches someone for too long, they're ready to be taken to the morgue.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, though, one other thing I do want to throw out there, I also didn't like the fact that, um, Rogue and Gambit never happened in the movies.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
I know I wanted that. Hell, I wanted to see Gambit. I know he's in X-Men, Wolverine, Origin, whatever.
I like the second Deadpool movie where we see a scene from Origins Wolverine and he's like, "Hey, don't mind me, just tying up some loose ends," and he's shooting that version of him, and you just see.
Yeah, the Baraka pool is what he was called because he was kind of like Baraka from Mortal Kombat, and
I
it was
fucking hated that they basically sealed his mouth shut. It's like you missed the point of the character.
yeah. Like I want to know what the hell the creative process was with making his character. Like what was the end game here?
Oh God! Besides, basically, I'm just glad that they actually decided to actually make more like we can make the new Deadpool is like more like the wisecracking
Oh. I saw this on a video of Tumblr post, and someone said Deadpool in a crossover with Spider Man. And the whole time, because he knows that they're owned by Disney now, trying to come up with clever ways to not curse. And Peter's just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "I only get one fuck word for the movie, and I don't want to waste it." And then silence, and he hangs his head in shame because he used his one fuck word.
No.
It would be beautiful because it's like this is what I want the Deadpool movie now owned by Disney to do. Like either the beginning he says, "Now that I'm owned by the Rad, I'm gonna try and keep my language clean," and then like a knife goes into his foot or something. And he's like, "On second thought, fuck, motherfucker, son of a bitch, fuck, piss."
God, I mean that would be absolutely golden.
Yeah,
And it
because
would,
basically it freaking listening
Yeah,
to
that's
Deadpool.
basically the middle finger to the rat too.
I mean, anything that will say "fuck you" to Disney is always good, no matter what it is. I mean, hell, I still like that one image of Bugs Bunny fighting Mickey and beating the shit out of him.
Oh, I forget the name of the movie. I think it might have been called Summer Wars,
Hmm.
but because Warner Brothers paid for it or something, one of the avatars is a rabbit character, and the villain, which is corrupted by a virus made by someone, is a mouse. It was basically a thing of Bugs Bunny is beating the shit out of Mickey Mouse.
That's golden.
Oh
That's
God,
fucking golden.
Dude.
But
that would
Fucking dude.
dude, radical
Oh,
speed.
I also started listening to the audio version of the comics of the boys. Oh my God, that was just totally awesome.
Also, I watched the Chip and Dale movie, and at the time, I did not know about what happened to Bobby Driscoll, who voiced Peter Pan. But knowing that now, I feel awful for watching the movie because they basically have Peter Pan as the villain, and he goes down a similar path as Bobby Driscoll, who voiced the original version of Peter Pan.
Hmm.
Except instead of dying from fucked up liver from drinking and stuff, he decided to become a crime boss. And all I can say is, whoever wrote the script for that movie, shame on you.
Yeah, and that's why I won't see the movie, because that right there was clearly a middle finger or throwing shade or whatever to an actual person.
I'm not gonna watch the movie unless someone asks me to do it.
I mean, I'm gonna admit everything else was brilliant and funny. Like they include every type of cartoon, such as anime and stuff, but they even include Muppets. Like they have a scene where where the code word to get equivalent of drugs, which is cheese, to find information about what possibly happened to Monterey Jack. They go to a Muppet who sells cheese, and he's like, "I have Munster cheese, I have cheddar, I have Swiss," and then Chip says, "Do you have stinky cheese?" And the eyebrows on the Muppet just goes down in an angry scowl. He's like, "What are you two, cops?"
That's hilarious. I will say this though, once upon a time, back in the freaking 70s, they did a crossover with the Muppet Show and Star Wars, and at the end of it, they sang "When You Wish Upon a Star" from Disney. And in history, I don't think there has ever been a greater example of be careful what you fucking wish for.
Yeah, I actually saw that clip, and Miss Piggy says, "Watch it, Hardware," and it's like, ooh, that's kind of awkward when you find out later that Luke and Leia are siblings, because she was dressed as Leia, fawning over Mark Hamill as Luke.
Well,
Mm.
yeah, but like I said, now they're both owned by the mouse, and so the whole
Oh,
yeah.
oh, a little fun fact. Bue Arthur, the one who played Maud from, Maud, and I think
Yeah.
the guest in All in the Family or something. Also, Dorothy Spornak from Golden Girls.
A show ahead of its time, I might add. And
Hmm.
that's why I hate that bullcrap of the futuristic cartoon of the Golden Girls. They
Yeah.
massacred my girl Sophia. They turned her into a fucking mech.
Wow. What I was about
Speaking
to
of
say,
awesome,
what I was about to say
speaking
though
of mechs,
is,
anyone ever heard of Despair Memory Gundam sequel?
what I was about to say was,
No.
Bue Arthur sang in a scene, a skit, what do you want to call it, in the Star Wars,
Ice Day, I think it was called.
Yeah, the
yeah.
the original holiday special.
I love that George Lucas has basically made it one of his missions to try and find every copy of that special to destroy.
It became a moot point once Disney owned it and put it on the freaking streaming service.
It became a mute
God
point when
damn it.
someone found a video of it and posted it online.
Well, yes, but you know what? You know what? Everybody bitches about that holiday special, but little known fact, they needed more money to do Empire Strikes Back as big as they did it, and they only got it because of that holiday special. So in a way, the worst Star Wars that George Lucas was ever responsible for gave us everybody's favorite Star Wars
I'm
movie.
I'm just fucking pissed that he wrote a Bible for Disney's version and Kathleen Kennedy just threw it out to write her own crap thick.
Yeah.
Because Kathleen Kennedy is she's literally Judas with tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on my list of people to slap if I ever meet them.
But one thing I want to throw out there though
And if
is,
she gets pissy about it, I'm gonna say, "You ruined Star Wars. I had love for this series until you wrote your crap fic and put it on screen. And even then, I was willing to watch it if y'all had focused on fucking fic."
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But like,
I wanted to know more about fucking Finn, not fucking Ray. Finn. But no, we can't offend China by having a black guy be the main character.
I mean, heck, I would have actually loved to actually see Finn become a Jedi. So
Yeah, by the way, I put the link to Despair Memory Gundam sequel on the private chat. If anyone wants to.
yeah, I'll check it out when I can. So,
Trust me, that is some edgy fucking shit, man. I mean, it even has a
Also-
hot babe. It even has a hot babe in a bikini.
Oh my god, I really need to see that. I really need to see that. But
Also,
anyway,
Kathleen Kennedy made Jar Jar Binks look good by comparison. I didn't think that was fucking possible.
Misa, glad I have no heat anymore.
Honest to God, I never thought Jar Jar Binks was bad.
I just didn't like him because he was the comic relief, aka an annoying asshole who just got in the way.
I still think
Well-
his personality would have worked if he was playing the fool and was a Sith Lord, but that's me.
Well, okay, and that's a fair point. That's a fair point. The whole Darth Aquatis route. But hear me out. There is one character I absolutely love to compare Jar Jar Binks to, and that's Mr. Satan from Dragon Ball Z.
Mm.
If you and Yajirobe for that matter, if you think about it, these guys are perceived as damn near useless, but in several cases, without them, the day would have fallen to nothing but ruin. Entire worlds, universes crumbled because these guys, didn't show up when they did.
Well,
So I mean, Jar Jar Binks is in that same category.
well, I mean, here's what I will say. Like, at least with Mr. Satan, aka Hercule,
Oh god, too bad it didn't last too long. I'm sorry.
at least with him, like, he was going to try to beat massive, gigantic air quotes, Majin Buu. Like, we can call him dumbass for the Cell games because that's what he was. When Majin Buu came onto the scene, his whole attempt was to try to beat him with all these tricks. But after a while, I was like, okay, you know what, fine. I'll at least try to see what I can do to hurt you, water. But then later they,
Majin Buu.
yeah, he befriends Majin.
That is fucking impressive. He befriended Majin Buu to a point that Majin Buu threw a fucking fit when Mr. Satan and the dog they found were killed by bandits.
And my personal favorite moment though is when towards the end when you had Kid Buu beating the crap out of everyone,
Yes.
and then he couldn't hurt Hercule, and then Hercule's like, "Wait, are you there, Boo? It's me, Hercule."
Yeah. Also, the animator brings up a good point. Freaking Ryan Reynolds came out and stated that both him and Disney future Deadpool movies will be rated R.
I know, but it would still be funny since Deadpool breaks the fourth wall to be like, you know what? Since I'm owned by the rat now, I'm gonna try and be clean. And then something happens for him to be like, you know what? Fuck it, son of a bitch, motherfucker, that fucking hurts.
Well, they'll do what they do in the comic books. When Deadpool's in his own comic book, he's he's a little bit heftier with the language and all that. When he's guest starring in somebody else's comic book, they tone him down a little.
I mean, to be fair though, like Deadpool wasn't always, this I guess you could say extreme when it comes to the whole cursing thing. Because
Yeah.
like the first time I seen Deadpool was in the X-Men Legends game where he later on was a playable character, and he was just a quirk with a mouth.
Yeah,
Also,
the merc
Fire
with the
King
mouth, but yeah.
and Cell were such great villains.
Oh, one of my favorite female characters of recent Marvel history, Gwenpool. Gwenpool
God,
is
yes.
one of my favorites because
Indeed.
she doesn't do like other comics with female leads do and say, I'm a woman, so you're supposed to like me. No, she's basically like, I know what's gonna happen, so I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Oh God! Besides,
I mean, I would love to see Gwenpool in an animated series or something.
Or get her own movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you could even have a great trailer for it where you think it's another Deadpool movie and he's pulling out his guns and all of a sudden he gets hit upside the head with like a sledgehammer and she's like, oh, you thought it was going to be about him?
Oh, no. What will probably happen is like is the movie starts and then you see Deadpool jumping in like, hey, this is my movie, right? And then Gwenpool comes like, no, your movie's over there. This is Gwenpool. Like, oh, wait, hold on. I thought this was, and like, it's just some made up, road, boulevard, whatever. No. You need to go to, 17, Boulevard. Like, oh, okay, thank you. Hey, good luck on the movie. Hope you make it big. Oh, should I at least get you some? Go away. Okay. I'll let you do you.
Anyway, my movie, not his.
Because you guys gotta prepare for your D&D session. So
yeah. I was gonna say one thing.
Mhm.
For a very, very, very short while, like I must have gotten the tail end of it, but Kiara was trending for a little bit. So I was making jokes about being the Kiara from FGO.
I still think for the trailer, if they did a Gwenpool movie, they make it seem like it's a Deadpool movie, but then she swings in with a sledgehammer to his head and is like, "Oh, you thought it was about him?"
Singing, I came in like a wrecking
Yes,
ball.
Oh
yes.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Let's wrap it up. So, Bubba, why don't we start with you?
All right. Well, as always, thanks for having me on. It has been fun. Y'all got me through my last 2 hours of work, well, hour and a half. And now I am home and contemplating going clothes shopping since it is still tax-free weekend. But
Yes.
anyway, I will. Yeah, if your state participates, it's and it varies from state to state that participates. What it is in Oklahoma, for instance, it's any item of clothing that's not a specialty item like gym clothes, that kind of thing. Any, but it has to be $100 or less. But yeah, so I'm gonna go get some more work pants. But anyway,
Yeah,
y'all have
did
yeah.
that.
But yeah, anyway, everybody have a good day, and I will see y'all Monday.
All right. I wonder if Ohio is doing something similar.
Anyway, Matt.
Oh, nothing much for me. Just be excellent to each other and party the fuck on, dudes. And remember, folks, edgy anti-heroes like Deadpool and Gwenpool are fine and dandy, but ain't nothing gonna beat a fucking hot babe in a bikini piloting a mobile suit who's also a redhead.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but we're talking about a possible movie for Gwenpool, Matt, not fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Shadow.
Stick with the shadows because at the end of the day, the darkness is always with you.
You also
Fair
never
enough.
answered the question, Shadow.
What question is that?
You know what? Ohio sucks. Just
Oh yeah,
Ohio sucks
Ohio's candle doesn't even have a scent. Every other
because it
state has their
sucks.
own scent, but Ohio, nothing.
But anywho, for though, Senno. Senno? Oh.
Yeah, the just these woke idiots. What's funny is that in a lot of places, I think people are getting fed up with them. And screw you, Crunchyroll, for buying up Right Stuff Anime and basically censoring them by buying them out, using your money to censor. That's the thing about nowadays, at least in the United States, censorship is done with money rather than law, which is harder to counter.
It'd be a shame if you went bankrupt.
Sony should go bankrupt.
Please attempt fate. Please attempt fate. Please.
Yeah, I'd like to see fucking
Fate would
swing
be
like
good. The one time tempting fate would be a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Please tempt fate for that one.
I still say we should all pool our money together and buy as much stock in Sony as possible so that we can get a say, because he who has the most stock has the most word.
Dibs on the rights of
You're
Spectacular Spider-Man.
gonna need someone like Elon Musk to help.
I have a rich aunt. If I can convince her that it'd be smart to invest in Sony, I might have a chance.
I have $10.
We're gonna need like billions. You know that, right? We're gonna need we're gonna need millions of people that lead up to billions of. I don't think there's that many rich people in our
Let's just
hobby.
save that.
Guys.
Explosion.
Come on.
Wrap it up.
I was about to say let's save that for explosion entertainment, but okay.
Yes. But Didi, you're next.
Okay, get actual queer people because they know better for writing queer characters. Also, I'll see you guys in Discord after this. Bye.
Alright.
Dio?
Yeah, so everything that Didi said, but more rude and raunchy because, it's coming from me, pause. Also, we live in a world where there's two Paimons. Paimon, the emergency food, and Paimon, the shitty-ass father. And I just love that's hilarious. But, anywho, let's use eyes burning brightly.
All right, and now over to me. Well, thank you guys for actually dealing with my crazy. Just remember these 4 things: respect the weapons and fan service, enjoy your fandoms, embrace your degeneracy as long as it's actually legal and it doesn't harm you or anyone else. Anime is freedom. And until the next time we meet again on Monday,
Aww.
Mr. Anime 343 saying God, anime, mecha, and big titty waifu fucking speed.
Hope everything goes back to normal.